Alrighty, good Friday evening, everyone. This is Senior Forecaster Cameron back here again. I'm here to go over the potential of severe weather as we get towards today on Monday here, guys. So, first things first, before we get started with severe weather blog, we'll have your Christmas holiday weekend travel graphics out over the weekend, so stay tuned for those. So far, it looks like it's going to be relatively dry next weekend for family members that are coming home, friends that are coming home, people coming home from college, etc. So, travel-wise, next weekend looks pretty dry, but as we get towards Christmas, we could potentially be dealing with a storm system that could potentially bring some shower and thunderstorm activity here, but I'm going to get into that after I go over Monday here, guys. So this is day 3. I'm going to show you day 3, and I'm also going to show you day 4 here, but this is day 3. This goes for Sunday night and early Monday morning. There's a marginal risk for the potential of an isolated tornado, strong to damaging wind gusts, and also the potential of marginal hail within this marginal risk here, guys. It stretches from northeastern Texas over to southwestern Arkansas up towards the river valley here, guys. And now here's day 4. Now this is kind of a transition from Sunday night to Monday morning to Monday afternoon here, guys. This could potentially include the eastern, and southeastern half of the state over towards Mississippi and Alabama throughout the day on Monday here. And going off of Storm Prediction Center's discussion this morning, they are looking for the potential of a couple of tornadoes, hail, and damaging winds, as the storm mode as of right now is completely uncertain given the overall progression of the system here. So that's something that we'll just have to keep an eye on here. Those little meso features that we'll have to keep an eye on as we get closer and closer to Monday. But the one thing that is concerning me is this system is going to be relatively close to the. It's going to be relatively close to the greatest instability in the moisture in the atmosphere here, guys. So this area here could see the potential of some severe weather as we get towards the day on Monday. One thing that may determine the overall biggest threat of severe weather is going to be the messy storm mode. With this, is it going to be supercellular all throughout the event, or is it going to be more of a straightforward squall line? And if that were to be the case, you look at more of a damaging wind threat versus a tornado threat. If it stays supercellular, given the shear in place and given the proximity of the warm front, you could have the potential of seeing tornadoes here, guys. I'm going to show you here in just a little bit why I'm kind of concerned about the overall tornado threat with this potential event on Monday here, guys. So we're going to jump over to the NAM model here, and I'm going to show you something. This is the high-res NAM, by the way, and this is what I like to look at here. I'm going to change this over. Those are the significant tornado parameters, but I like to look at the supercell composite. I really don't like going off of the significant tornado parameters because it doesn't tell you the full story here. And this is what I'm talking about as you get towards Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Sunday night, and the early Monday morning here, guys. Really starts targeting southern Arkansas, so central Arkansas, and southwestern Arkansas, where your current marginal risk is. So Storm Prediction Center did talk about the potential of a possible upgrade from that marginal risk depending on what happens with the overall timing. Timing is extremely uncertain at this current time here. Current timing has it coming in Sunday night and early Monday morning here, and then getting it out of here by Monday afternoon. If that were to be the case, we would be pulling an all-nighter here at Arkansas Weather Watchers here. We've done it before. As always, whenever there's severe weather, no matter what time of day it is, we're going to be here covering it for you guys. So if that were to be the case, it would be Sunday night, early Monday morning. The higher threat area would be southern Arkansas up to possibly near central Arkansas, but I would like to see that warm front go a little further north before I start including central and even northern Arkansas here. But for north and central, I'm thinking more of a cold rain, and then south Arkansas, depending on how fast the moisture gets here, how fast the instability gets here, how fast that moisture return comes in, is going to be the overall question on who sees what on Monday here, guys. So now there's 4 key letters I like to use whenever I'm looking for the potential of severe weather. It's called SLIM: shear, lift, instability, and moisture. Alright, so these are the 4 things I normally look for in terms of the potential of severe weather here. Is everything going to be in play? What's your dynamics looking like? What's your upper level winds looking like? What's the track of the low pressure? Where your warm front's going to be? There's a lot of questions that I always look for. It's more of like a checklist that I go off of whenever I'm looking for the potential of severe weather within guidance. So we're looking at here, and then whenever you see these supercellular, the supercell composite, or even the significant tornado parameters, it doesn't always tell the big story. Yes, it's good to use, but it doesn't tell the big story here. I like to see what we're dealing with in terms of the upper level dynamics, of moisture, how's everything looking, how fast the front's going to get here, could the front could the front undercut these storms from the potential development. So there's a lot of things I like to look for here, and one thing I really like to look at is dew point temperatures, and this really tells the story on the warm front here, guys. So there's your warm front here as we get towards the day on Sunday, and it really starts jumping north. By Sunday afternoon, it's in northern Louisiana if you were to go with the high-res NAM. And here we are Sunday evening, right around that 7, 8 o'clock time frame here. Warm front is in south central Arkansas, stretching from near Texarkana over to Camden, over to DeWitt, moving north as we get towards Sunday evening into Sunday night here, guys. But what's the current issue here is this overall progression with the system. The system is moving very, very fast here, guys. It's going to be in and out, so I'm not expecting this thing to be a very widespread severe weather event given the overall progression of the system. Yes, if it slows down, we could be in trouble, but if this system were to be as fast as what guidance is currently putting out, then I'm thinking the overall severe weather threat will be rather limited, but we could still see the potential of severe weather here, guys. So there's the NAM, and has dew points 63, 64 degrees. Normally anything above 60, I have a red flag on for the potential of severe weather. There's your warm front, and there's your low pressure, and there's your cold front. This is where I call the triple point area, where everything meets up, and this is why I'm very concerned about the potential of tornadoes, because normally whenever you're in this triple point setup, that is where your shear, instability, and moisture all meet up at once. You have your cold air coming in, you have your warm front proximity, you have the greatest lift mechanism in place in that area. So that's a typical area that I always look for the potential of seeing possibly a couple of tornadoes if you were to go with the NAM model here, guys. So central and north Arkansas will be more of a cold rain. The winter precipitation that we were mentioning in my earlier blogs has now been focused on more of a Kansas, Missouri type deal here, guys, because the overall track with the low, whenever a low tracks through Arkansas, it never sets anyone up in Arkansas for the potential winter weather. It always sets them up for cold rain, or even in this scenario, sets them up for the potential of severe weather here, guys. So that's something that we're going to keep a very close eye on here. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the NAM model here. So guys, bear with me just a second. Now this is the 12 km NAM, and this is what I'm talking about here in terms of dew points. And here's your warm front that's going to be surging northward here. So bear with me for just a second here. And there's your warm front as we get towards Sunday evening. And here we are with the NAM. NAM 12 km, and the high-res NAM is kind of different in certain ways. The high-res NAM is a little slower with the warm front. Didn't get the warm front here until Sunday evening. The original NAM, the 12 km NAM, really starts surging that warm front in as we get towards Sunday afternoon. I'm going ahead and tell you this now. The earlier this warm front gets here, the bigger trouble that we could be in, because the warm front really stretches into central Arkansas. You have all day Sunday evening to get all that moisture in place. The only thing that we're missing here is the potential of daytime heating, but that's something we had to keep an eye on here. But like I said before, even with the NAM, it really gets this system out of here by lunchtime on Monday here, guys. So the overall progression of this system is going to be the key factor on who sees what. That's why I'm not really sold on the potential of an outbreak with this system. I would really like to see this system slow down before I really start worrying about the potential of severe weather. Widespread severe weather. Sorry about that. I would like to see this thing really slow down before I start worrying about that potential. Yes, we could see the potential of severe weather, but I don't think it's going to be an outbreak by any stretch of the matter. I just don't like how everything's setting up, and I don't like how this system is moving extremely fast for it to be a quote-unquote outbreak here, guys. But as I said before, isolated severe weather is still possible, especially across southern Arkansas and southeastern Arkansas as we get towards Sunday night and the Monday here. We will be keeping you guys updated. Like I told you guys before, we are willing to stay up all night long, Sunday night and early Monday morning, to keep you guys updated on the latest here at Arkansas Weather Watchers. So there's the NAM. I'm also going to show you, the GFS here. And the GFS is a little different. The GFS, I got to give credit where credit's due, was the one to nail this, to call the severe weather potential with this boundary here, not this boundary, this system here. And that's something we just have to keep an eye on here. And even with the GFS, it gets it out of here before lunch on Monday here, guys. So it's just the overall progression with this system. It's rather weak. But it still could produce the potential of possibly a couple of tornadoes here. I've had a couple of questions thrown at me for what is Storm Prediction Center going to do in terms of risk potential. I am thinking no higher than a slight risk, and that's currently what they have right now in eastern Arkansas. The only reason why I wouldn't go any higher than a slight, in my personal opinion, is the overall speed of the system. How fast the moisture return is still uncertain. Could this front overtake the current risk area? Could the front get here extremely fast and completely cut out any potential severe weather? That is very possible. Could the front slow down and increase the potential of severe weather? That is very possible as well. So, given current uncertainties in the whole mesoscale features, I would normally consider probably a marginal slight risk where they have it right now. I wouldn't go any higher than a slight risk, given how much uncertainty I have at my disposal at this current time here, guys. So that's something we'll just have to keep an eye on here. So there's the GFS. I'm going to show you the Euro real fast here before I get off here. But like I said before, that's something we're going to be keeping an eye on here throughout the weekend here, guys. So please stay tuned for our updates. The Euro has been one of the ones that have not really wanted to side with the severe weather potential, but now it's starting to cave into the severe weather potential because the Euro for the longest time had winter precipitation across North Arkansas. That's why I kept somewhat of my eyebrow raised for that potential, but the Euro has since backed away from that potential. So and this is what's concerning me here, is that the Euro does not get this thing out of here until Monday afternoon. The longer this system prolongs, the worse our threat's going to be. And here we are right around lunch. Low pressure's here, your warm front's here, your cold front's here. There's your triple port from El Dorado over to Monticello here, down to Crossett Lake Village, over towards western Mississippi, northern Louisiana. This would be the area that I would have to watch very, very closely for the potential of severe weather here, guys. So if you were to go with the Euro here, and the Euro really starts taking these temperatures up, mid-60s, low 70s here across southern Arkansas, southern Arkansas, northern Mississippi, and northern Louisiana here. For our folks in central and north Arkansas here, I think you guys are going to stay a little too cold unless that warm front really jumps north. I think this is going to be from Little Rock, Mena, over to Memphis south. I think this is going to be more of a southern Arkansas deal for the potential of severe weather, unless this warm front starts making a move towards the north. And like I said before, we will be keeping you guys updated on that potential here, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and show you guys a sneak peek of next week here. And this is the Euro. I'm going to go over to the GFS real fast. Alright, and this is what I was talking about here. So here's next weekend. We got a storm system that could be coming through on Friday, but next weekend, according to the GFS, is relatively dry. Now, here comes right around Christmas. And this is what I was talking about before, that it did have a potential storm system, but it has since backed away from that. So just kind of keep an eye out here. We will have graphics out for the potential. And this is long range. Don't buy into this, guys. I promise you this is going to change 100 times before we get there. But it is indicating for the potential of some light winter precipitation down the road. But I wouldn't hold your breath. That's GFS long range. You'll do it in a heartbeat. But like I said before, overall, highest threat of severe weather is going to be for southern Arkansas, the southeastern Arkansas. Main threat is going to be for the potential of damaging winds, hail, isolated tornado too could be possible, especially with the proximity of the warm front here, guys. Thank you guys for tuning into this video blog. I will have more tomorrow and on Sunday here, guys, to keep you guys updated on Monday's system. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday evening, and this has been a severe weather blog update here at Arkansas Weather Watchers.